to hit the subscribe button to join 71 race team. Somewhat gloomy day, but actually feels pretty nice. And here we are with the cars after quite some time, unfortunately. The entire week pretty much has passed by, and I believe today's the first time I'm seeing the cars, so that's unfortunate, but life goes on. How's it going, 71 race team? It's been a while since we have pretty much shot a POV vlog. I feel like it's been a while in time. I'm not sure how long it's been content wise. Maybe in the last vlog we actually did have a POV and I just don't remember it because I'm pretty much shooting whenever I have time, but I do know it has been a while since I've actually recorded one. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Looks like some people still have their Halloween decorations up. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it with the A-pillar in the way, but we are going on a short work errand and we'll be back home pretty soon. But I thought, why not record? It has been a while since we recorded a POV, and I do have an update for you guys in this vlog. As you guys know, based on the end of the last vlog, I was talking about potentially getting a 2024 Mustang GT and supercharging it pretty much like immediately, and it would be pushing about 855 horses on a Whipple supercharger. So after I recorded that, I believe around the time I actually recorded that, I had located a few cars. I had already began speaking with dealers about, you know, their Mustangs GTs for sale within, you know, the area that I live in. I think I had found 8 or 9 cars, and I reached out to the dealers. One of them's already sold, and this is being recorded a few days after I recorded that end scene of the previous vlog. And yeah, so one's already sold. I've been communicating with the dealers. They've been sort of reaching out throughout this week, but I haven't really responded because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. It looks like we won't get too much value out of the M5 because of how high the interest rate was. So even though I've made I believe 6 or 7 payments on the car's loan is actually still greater than the value of the car, even if I did a private sale. So as you would imagine, if we did a trade-in, we would lose a substantial amount of money. So long story short, I already located a couple of shops that would be willing to do the build. So that was worked out, and I'm still in the process of communicating with the shops that actually supply the supercharger. So I'm still communicating with them. I reached out to 5 companies. 3 of them said they're interested. 2 of them said that they don't really do collaborations or sponsorships, which was fine. And then, long story short, still waiting on those 3 that were interested to give me more information, or, you know, for us to reach a formal agreement. At this point, I'm still waiting. I reached out again last night to see if there was any update on, you know, what they thought about the situation. I have not heard back, so we might be getting a response hopefully today. I'm not sure. I mean, at this point, they might just be ignoring me, and that's their way of you know, rejecting my proposal. I'm not sure, but it would be a lot easier if they just told me that they weren't interested, you know, so I wouldn't have to waste my time waiting around. But if we did get a good deal on the supercharger, I wouldn't mind taking a loss on the M5 trade-in, and that's how I sort of justify it myself. Because, you know, if I got the supercharger for free, I probably would still have an upside, or, you know, break even on the loss on the M5 trade-in. So that's sort of where we're at. You know, everything's sorted out. Obviously, I have the cars in line. I have the shops all ready to work on it. And at this point, it's just really a matter of whether we could reach an agreement on the supercharger, because if we can, I could easily go get the car, have the supercharger shipped to my house, and we could probably start the project immediately. So realistically, depending on how fast the supercharger would get shipped, I think from the day of entering an agreement with the supercharger company and us finishing the build, I mean, I think we could probably do it in between like 7 to 10 days. I think we could have a very quick turnaround on this, but we'll just see if it happens. Obviously, you guys will probably see it in this vlog because I'm making the decision sooner than later. I'm literally just waiting up for the supercharger companies, and if a few days go by and they don't say anything, I'll assume that's just a no, and we'll just move on and we'll figure out what else we want to do with the cars, whether we want to still get rid of the M5 and get something else that's just as nice but cheaper. Do we just keep the M5 for now, keep making content and go in that direction, or you know, we do something else? So it's all in the air right now, but we'll see, I guess, what we end up doing. As you guys know, I had repaired the nozzles for the windshield wipers several months back, and I just used it pretty much for the first time, I think, and this is what happened. The windshield is obviously wet from that, but tell me why it literally wet the other windows. You guys can kind of see the spots over here, and it also wet the rear window somehow. So literally have all these like wet windows. It's kind of dried now, but you could definitely see the spots of where they were. Pretty crazy. Here we are on this gloomy day, and today might actually be one of the last days. Not one of my last days, at least hopefully not, but it will be the last day potentially of the BMW M5, because we will actually be moving forward with a 900 horsepower Mustang 5.0 build on a 2024. So it's very much likely that today will be the last day with the M5. Found the M5 original grille. The only thing is I can't figure out where the spoiler is because I don't really see it up here anywhere. Got some stuff over there. I don't really see it there either. So I feel like it's right in front of me though. Might be our first look of the final day with this car. I won't miss it as much as you guys probably think I would though. So I gotta say that much. Barely even used the car. Don't even recall ever using the trunk, to be honest with you. Never even got to use the car's cover that I had bought, and it was supposed to match, obviously. Here we are again. Spoke to my mom about it, and she said that it might be in a box, but this is the only box that would even be able to fit it. But I'm not sure why it would be up here when it could easily be inside, or on top of the box, I should say. But we do have the front splitter, literally brand new. As you would imagine, this goes to the 06 Mustang sitting in the garage, but we just never put it on. Pretty excited about this build, but pretty nervous as well. I have never put this much money into a build before, and you know, you never know what might happen when it comes to social media. I don't know. I mean, there's a possibility it's in here. I'm not sure. I mean, there's the car part over here. I think it's the 06 Mustang spoiler. Okay, that's gonna be a pain getting out. Let's see.
10 seconds later.
Ended up not being in that box. That box ends up having the 06 grille, so losing hope at this point. Here we are hours later, and this might be it with the M5. You guys just saw the last, or potentially last, cold start, and we are going to dealer number 1, which might take some time, who knows. And yeah, we are potentially going to go to 3 dealers but we'll just see what happens. If the deal works out on the first one, then we'll just obviously not go anywhere else. They do have a blue one that looks like the dark horse that I like, that my dad really likes as well. So that's what we're essentially pushing on. If we get a good deal on that blue one, we'll just move forward with that blue one. But if not, we'll see how, you know, cheap we could get a deal on maybe a different color one that they have at the dealer, because they do have a few there. They actually have the most Mustangs within the price range that I'm looking for. So, you know, there's a possibility that we end up landing on something else at the same dealer for cheap. But if not, I did work out a deal with one particular one, which would allow us to get one for pretty reasonably priced. So that's sort of our backup option, is the one that's already been worked out, because that one would be a pretty reasonable deal.
I might just pull up like a face ray in the back with a spot a day. I might just cop a diamond chain out of 𝕊𝕉𝕒𝕟𝕕. Then went and cast it all out on the same day, just like a face ray. I might just pull up like a face ray in the back with a spot a day. I might just cop a diamond chain out of 𝕊𝕉𝕒𝕟𝕕. Then went and cast it all out on the same day, just like a face ray. Had to go get my M, so I got on my bed, it's a burlap sack, yeah. Now they hit my phone, but they won't get to where I'm at, yeah. Mama always told me that them boys go hold you.
Here we are at the dealer. I guess this is the neo blue that they have on the dark horse. Obviously convertible top, which is not what I want. 5.0 looks nice. I really would like a black car. That's my second option if I can get the blue one for a good price. I'm assuming this is going to be more expensive. So not too bad. 52. I could tell off the wheels that it was going to cost a little more than the other ones. And this has full leather. Here we are hours later. They were looking for it, and apparently it was right here in front all along and not in the back lot.
The only thing this one needs is the spoiler.
Damn, first look.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess they put a smaller one in this one.
Yeah, that's on big lip.
Oh, the logo's nice though.
Yeah. If they put that black one, gonna look really nice. Put the black ring.
That's the body line right there?
I
Why it look like that?
Huh?
It's supposed to look like that? That's just the design? The V?
Right.
So it should be fine. I'd like to think so.
Oh,
He's a good negotiator, yeah.
maybe like me.
Drive safe.
Thank you, man.
Oh shit.
You have my number. If you have anything, let me know.
You got way too much potential to be worrying, that's a fact. Okay, finna skirt the Biscayne. Bentley, I'ma switch lanes. You can't step to me, so don't you bother looking this way. 1,000 on me, I just got wifey by like 6 rings. Tried to say they ballin', but that isn't what they bitch say. All I want, that's on the
Finally home, and you guys will be hearing more about the car probably tomorrow when we take it out in daylight, but I had a lot of fun. It sounds pretty amazing for stock. I know the M5 was faster, but this is already probably a lot funner.